Hi guys, it's Claire's, and today we are going to do a tutorial. I'm hoping it'll be fairly short on how to do the Anemone, I believe it is called. And it's something, it's a flower that I've never tried doing a video for, and so here we go. I will be using my brand new sketchbook by Etchr. So this will be a change in this video. Instead of my regular Canson watercolor paper, I will be using the Etchr watercolor paper. So let's see how that goes. For my brushes, I am going to be using my Escoda number 2, the mop brush in the 1, and then I'll also have my number 4 silver black velvet. So let's see how that goes. And for my colors, I'm going to try something new again. I will still be using a little bit of the St. Petersburg White Nights. I am using my, I believe this is the Russian Blue and Payne's Gray. And I will be introducing the Quinacridone Rose from Daniel Smith, which I love. It's actually my favorite, more so even than the Carmen that I typically use. So let's begin. So to start off, I'm going to be mixing some color. I'm going to use my number 4 because this is most likely what I'm going to be using to start with the center. So I'm just getting some water and I am mixing my Russian Blue first. Then I'm going to get some of the Payne's Gray and mix that in with it because I want it to be like a nice darker hue. So with a little bit of like a blue hint, but not too much. I just want it to be super dark. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like a black. All right, so that's going to be our center. And then I'm going to mix in a little bit of our Quinacridone Rose right there. I'm going to get some of that directly from here and add that to the side. Look how pretty that is. I love it. It is most definitely one of my nicer rose toned hues that I have. And Daniel Smith is just one of the really nice few, I guess I just have a few of it, Daniel Smith from the starter pack that I ordered from Amazon, and it just came with the basic colors. These are all the colors that you can see. I've listed it in the description. There's links to it below if you are interested in checking it out or purchasing. But yeah, I was very pleased with it. It's just kind of an inconvenience using them on my palette laid out like this because see how large it is compared to my smaller palettes that I use. But yes, that's why you don't see it very often in my videos. It's more convenience than anything else. So I've just wet my mop brush and I'm going to keep that handy onto the side, and we're going to get started with the center. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off by doing the center of this floral, and I'm just going to do a tiny circle, very roughly, and I am going to get, I've done like an arc, and I'm going to get the mop brush and add some water to kind of create the second half of this. Oh my gosh, I am really liking this paper, guys. Look at that blend, it's quite nice. All right, now from here, I'm just going to swish some of the color around to kind of give us that uneven distribution of color. I'm leaving some white space on the inside, and then I'm going to go on the outer circles area and add a couple of lines. All around. Just like that. Then I'm going to add, just using the tip of my brush, getting some water, and I'm just going to add a couple of like dots around this. So it almost looks like this pretty sun pattern that we're doing. All the way around. All right, just like this. And now once I have this, I'm just going to stop making dots. And as soon as I do that, I will tell you what I'm doing next. So we're going to stop making the dots. I'm going to keep my brush aside. And then I am going to get ready by getting the mop. And what I will do is I'll just take a very tiny bit of this color that we have here, and I'm just going to mix it to the side. I just want a tiny hue so that when I'm wetting the area for the petals, I can see a hint of the edges. And now I'm going to go ahead. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petal florals. So we're just going to do 5 petals. And I'm going to try and touch just a little bit of the center or the edges there. I don't want too much of that blue going in or the black. Then I'm going to do another petal here on this end too. This is the second petal. Then I'm going to do a third. I'm going to touch this one a little bit just so that blue kind of, or the black kind of moves on and it isn't just stuck in that area. Then I'm going to get a little bit more color, get our 4th petal in there. And trying to leave some white space in there, meaning some areas that aren't covered in water. But if you cannot do that, that's totally okay, so don't worry about it. It's your first try, so try and follow along, but don't beat yourself if you can't get it right. Oops. Then the next thing we're going to do is the fun part. I am going to add a little bit of my pink onto the edges now. So I'm just going to try and add very little bit, it's a tiny amount of pink around some of the edges. And I love that flare of color that I'm seeing. It's just so pretty. Just add some here too. They're very sporadic. It's not consistent in all the petals. So feel free to add them here and there, and it doesn't have to be consistent. So don't worry. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is get some more of the pink, and I'm going to add it right like halfway down here, and I'm just going to add strokes like this. And look at that pretty effect. How pretty is that? And what I'll do is I'm going to make the bottom of this a lot darker, just adding a more concentrated hue of this pink at the bottom here and allowing it to kind of seep in to the top. And then I'm going to do it around over here on this end too, and I'm just adding it like in strokes, like linear strokes, just along the whole petal. Same thing here. And we're getting our nice loose effect and a nice dreamy kind of blend with this pink. You can kind of make the lines uneven, so it kind of gives you that jaggedy kind of top or border, if you want to call it. Okay, and I have to comment on the paper right now because you see how I'm still able to get this amazing cauliflower effect or blending effect, as I like to say. It's because the paper is so much better than the Canson. But obviously I knew this already. I've been using the Canson just so it's easier to practice with in terms of just if you mess up, then you're not wasting a whole bunch of really good paper. So this is the effect. I'm going to end off by kind of just making sure that the bottom of the areas are darker. So I'm just dabbing more color there. And this way we get a dark to light effect happening. And it gives us that nice, not two-tone obviously, because we're just using the one color with a little bit of that blue or grayish in there, but it gives us a nice monochromatic, that's the word, monochromatic effect. So I am loving this. I love the blend. I like how delicate and different this floral looks. That nice pop of color. So you can kind of end like this, or you can add a couple of additional petals around the edges and just make it a fuller looking floral. I'll leave that entirely up to you guys, but I wanted to make this a quick short tutorial so you can see exactly what the anemone, my version of the anemone, loose anemone, looks like. So here it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you really like this tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up or a like. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing, as I put out tons of other videos, watercolor related and creative videos like this. So if you like this, please do subscribe. Lastly, send me your work. I would love to see what you've come up with. You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is HelloClariceG, or you can also find me on Facebook. And I'm happy to get messages from you guys and converse with you guys. So if you have any questions at all, if you are not comfortable putting it in the comments below, just send it to me in a direct message. All right, so thanks so much guys for watching, and we'll chat soon. Bye.